What's up, you guys? Welcome to a brand new episode of Real Debates. And today we have a very special episode for you guys today. Before we get started in the episode, I want to thank you guys for continuing to watch the series. I see that we are building up a small community within Real Debates. So I really am appreciative of that. And like I stated before in the last match, we're asking for more competitors to come on the show, whether you're a smaller YouTuber, bigger YouTuber, a celebrity YouTuber, it doesn't matter. If you can debate with us, we'll be more than happy to have you on the show. But for today's match, we have a very special match. We have a character match. We have Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible movies versus John Wick. From the John Wick movies. And for John Wick, we have repping a newcomer, Mr. Tristian, all the way from the Martial Arts YouTube channel. What was the name of your channel again?
Martial Arts Film Freak.
Martial Arts Film Freak. How are you doing today, Tristian?
I am doing pretty good. How's everybody doing?
Good. I can't complain, man. I chose this match for a reason because I know that martial arts is one of Tristian's favorite things. I love martial arts as well, and I love action. And we have our returning guest as well. We saw him on this will come out a couple weeks later, but last week's episode of Real Debates where he faced off against Reggie, Mr. Jeremy B. Terrible from Movies Are Terrible. How are you doing today, Jeremy?
I'm doing good, Alex. I'm glad to be back. I really do enjoy doing this show. I'm a fan of Martial Arts Film Freak. I'm a fan of Tristian. He and I casually have met each other. It's kind of unfortunate that I'm going to be meeting him under these circumstances where I just spank him John Wick style. First time we meet. So anyways, I'm excited to get into this. We'll see how it goes. I greatly underestimated my last opponent, so hopefully I don't make the same mistake again.
So we come to play in this game. And if I didn't say before, Jeremy will be representing Ethan Hunt from the Mission Impossible series. Now, if this is your very first time ever watching any of these matches, here are the rules. Round one is the introduction round, where each competitor will be giving us their introduction of their character and giving us a brief synopsis of who they are and what they do. In the second round, they're going to tell us why that round is why their character is better. They're both going to give me a chance to tell them why their character is a better character than the other, or just a better character overall. Third round, my favorite round, is the battle round. They're going to go at each other. They're going to say why their competitor is superior than the other. It doesn't matter what they say, as long as it lines up with the character. That would be great for the battle round. And the fourth and final round is the conclusion round, final statements. They can continue attacking or they can wrap their character up. Each round is 2 minutes apart. My competitors understand what the rules are. Now, guys, I have a number between 1 and 10. And since Tristian is our newcomer, I'm going to let him pick first. So, Tristian, pick a number between 1 and 10.
How many people did John Wick kill with a pencil? 3. I'm picking 3.
Ooh, okay. Jeremy, pick a number between 1 and 10.
I like that. How many times has Tom Cruise starred as Ethan Hunt in a Mission Impossible movie? 6 times. So I'm going to go with the number 6.
That was a good choice, Jeremy, because my number was 7. So
nice.
You will be. Oh, would you like to go first, or would you like to go second?
I'm gonna go first.
Okay. So Jeremy will be going first, and like I said, this is the introduction round. Now, Jeremy understands the rules of this game. He's been on here plenty of times, and I know that he is going to show up like he did in the last match. So, Jeremy, you have 2 minutes to introduce your character, and your 2 minutes starts now.
So, for the all-time best action hero, I picked Ethan Hunt, played by stunt master / your mom's crush back in 1985, Tom Cruise. I know it might not be the hippest or the sexiest answer. People like to make fun of Tom Cruise, but I pick him because it's the truth. With the exception of 007 and the Fast and Furious franchise, big budget action movies have sort of faded away from theaters. John Wick and Mission Impossible feel like movies from the 80s and 90s, but the one key difference is that John Wick was released in 2014 and it's sort of an homage. Mission Impossible is one of those 90s action franchises. It started in 96 and it's never really let up since then. Because the actors, Cruise and Reeves, are so heavily involved in the series, it's impossible to discuss the characters without discussing the men behind them. Like Keanu Reeves, Tom Cruise is old. But as you know, like fine wine, both get better with age. Well, at least their action chops do. Tom Cruise is actually a really good actor. Keanu Reeves, he couldn't act his way out of a murder mystery dinner theater. Look at Bram Stoker's Dracula. I'm telling you, the guy's acting is embarrassing. But we're not here to talk about Keanu Reeves' terrible acting. Actually, we are, but that's just part of my larger argument. Let's talk about Tom Cruise's acting. He's been a superstar since the beginning of the 80s and is arguably Hollywood's most recognizable actor. He's been critically acclaimed for movies like Jerry Maguire, Magnolia, Eyes Wide Shut, and even comedic movies like Tropic Thunder. He brings the same level of dedication to everything he does, from the performance to the stunts, and I'd argue that Ethan Hunt will outlast John Wick, as he already has. In the next 3 rounds, I'm going to, look at his performance, the stunts, the character's legacy, and use specific examples to illustrate why Ethan Hunt is the greatest of all time, or as Alec Baldwin's CIA director Alan Hunley described him in Rogue Nation, the living manifestation of destiny. I yield my time.
Wow, with 6 seconds to spare. Wow, you came out the gate swinging. What a great first round. You brought up a lot of great points about your character, man. So Tristian, before I pass it to you, let me ask you, how are you feeling right about now?
Well, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling pretty confident. I mean, low blow with the acting, but I mean, come on. You're saying that Tom Cruise is a convincing actor when he's trying to look like a badass. Come on.
Okay. See, I think he's ready now. Let's start. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Now, I'd like to start off with a truly inspiring story. The story of a lowly orphan who grew into a legend known all over the world. Jardani Jovanovich was born in the Soviet Union, and as a boy survived on scraps and theft. After being taken in by a family friend, he was eventually recruited by a Russian mob syndicate, where he was then raised by a woman known simply as the director. Jardani was moved to New York, where the director ensured that he was trained in judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, sambo, weapons combat, stealth, strategy, and improvised weaponry. When the time came, Jardani left the director. He adopted the name John Wick and built a reputation of efficiency and reliability. He joined the Tarasov mob, where John committed feats so great that he then became known as Baba Yaga. But Wick met a woman who he fell in love with, and was willing to give his entire life away to be with. But you don't just leave a life like that. So Wick went to Tarasov and asked for his freedom. And Tarasov said, you can have your freedom, you have to complete one mission. You want to talk about Mission Impossible? This mission was so impossible that everyone thought John Wick would die. But he didn't. He accomplished this mission. But fate had other plans and took his wife away from him, and blanking on myself a bit here. His time with his wife was not meant to last. He lost a battle to cancer, not before giving one last gift, one chance to not grieve alone. And his wife, his past came back to haunt him and ripped that chance away from him. And now, filled with endless rage and nothing holding him to his normal life, Wick returned to the life where he built his name as a legend, and he never lost a step. That's it. Wow. That is all I got.
Wow, with 3 minutes to spare. Yeah, he came out with some good he came out with some good points as well, giving our introductions of the basic bare bones of who John Wick is and how he became to be. Dope round, guys. We're about to jump into the second round. As I stated, well, if I haven't stated before, my deliberations for each round will go at the end of the round. But now that we have started with Jeremy in this first round, we're going to start with Jeremy in the second. So we're going to start with Tristian in the second round. And Tristian, this round is about what makes your character better. So your 2 minutes for this round starts now.
All right. As I said before, John Wick earned the name Baba Yaga, the boogeyman. But as we're told in the movie, John Wick is not the boogeyman. John Wick is the one you hire to kill the boogeyman. But in Eastern European folklore, the boogeyman, the Baba Yaga, is not just a monster. It's not just a demon. The Baba Yaga can come to you as a savior or as a villain. Now, we've seen John Wick come to a lot of people as a villain. In the course of 3 movies, we see him kill over 300 people. I'd say that makes him quite the villain to quite a few people. We've also seen him as a savior. Sophia, in the 3rd movie, played by Halle Berry, we learned that in the past, her daughter was in a serious life or death situation, and John Wick saved her. And ever since, Sophia has been in her debts. Cassian, in the second movie, John Wick fights Cassian. John Wick easily defeats him, but out of professional respect refuses to kill him. Even the Tarasov mob family, their kingdom was built on the feats of John Wick's accomplishments. The whole kingdom, everything they ran was because of John Wick. And all because his son killed his dog and stole his car. John Wick went to that kingdom and ripped it down with his bare hands. John Wick doesn't need to perform incredible stunts. He doesn't need to hang on to a plane. He doesn't need to hang on to the side of a building. Wow, Ethan Hunt's really great at hanging on to things. No, he doesn't. He needs to walk into a room and obliterate a group of guys. That's all we need to see to understand the spectacle that is John Wick. He can ride a horse and land a headshot. He can ride a motorcycle and win a sword fight. In the third movie, he fights Chechep Rahman and Yahya Nurullian from the Raid films. They put up a fight, and he wins. After that, he fights Mark Dacascos. Have you seen the 90s Drive? Have you seen Crying Freeman, China Strike Force? Mark Dacascos is no one to play with, and John Wick put a sword through his torso. John thrives in this world. He doesn't just live and get around in a world of assassins where everyone is deadly. No, he thrives in it.
That's your 2 minutes. That's your 2 minutes. Oh, man. Jeremy, Tristan brought up some really good points about John Wick. He doesn't hang from airplanes at all. He basically gets in, gets the job done, and basically leaves a blood trail. Ethan Hunt, can't really say that much now that I think about it, but this is your chance to respond or just to give us why you believe that your character is better. And your 2 minutes starts now.
Yo, I really like Tristan's approach to this whole thing. John Wick is a badass. There's no question about it. This is about who's the better character, and I really do believe Ethan Hunt is your better character. Brian De Palma's Mission Impossible was released in 1996. Actually, Mission Impossible has been kicking ass on screen since 1966, 30 years prior to that. That's longevity. This is a multi-generational franchise that's led by a multi-generational action star. For decades, Mission Impossible has set the bar for Hollywood action blockbusters, and all other franchises just have to try to keep up. He's traversed the globe and saved the world again and again. You talk about coming as a hero or as a villain. Ethan Hunt is a hero. He doesn't just save people incidentally. He saves the world. The stakes are global. And somehow it never gets boring. In fact, against the laws of man and nature, Cruise's physical abilities and dedication to stunt work just increase in every film. Over the course of 6 movies, Cruise has pulled off some of the most insane stunts, including rappelling into Langley, free climbing off of cliffs, dangling off the sides of the Burj Khalifa, the underwater scene in Rogue Nation, the helicopter scene in Fallout, the Halo jump, and even the train sequence in the original. All of these set pieces are huge, and all of them are landmarks in the world of film. Tom Cruise is an actor. We can point to many of his performances where he shines. He's one of Hollywood's most bankable stars, yet he insists on doing his own stunts. Like, if we lost Tom Cruise in one of these movies, there is no more Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible is his way to prove to the world that he's more than just a billion-dollar smile. John Wick is the boogeyman, or he's a hitman with a heart of gold that got out of the game to settle down with his wife before her death, and the death of his dog dragged him back in. That's the setup for every revenge movie ever. Ethan Hunt is a man with a complex backstory. He has an education from University of Pennsylvania, a military background as an Army Ranger, a career as an IMF agent. He's got friends, colleagues.
That's your 2 minutes. That's your 2 minutes. That's your 2 minutes. Wow, what a great, that was a great response. You're right. Ethan Hunt has literally lasted through the test of time. The character, not Tom Cruise, but the character, Ethan Hunt, has a lineage of doing death-defying things and saving the world over and over and over again. So definitely a good round from both competitors. Now we're about to enter into our third round, and this is my favorite round. It is the battle round, which each competitor has the chance to go after each other and decide and basically tell me why their opponent's character sucks. So I can't wait to get into this round. Now, we started with Tristian last round. We're going to start with Jeremy this round. And Jeremy, you have 2 minutes to attack your opponent. Your 2 minutes, sir, starts now.
Unlike John Wick, Ethan Hunt has lost a lot. He's lost lovers, he's lost friends, he's been double-crossed, but he's still got a fucking job to do. He's a professional, and he's defined by more than just his trauma. Like, he's not just some crybaby who's going around murdering people because of a dead dog. I don't know where you got all that backstory from, man. That's great, but I don't remember seeing it in the movies. John Wick is a badass. There's no question about it, but along with that, he's such a badass that it robs the series of any dramatic weight. Let's talk about the stakes in John Wick. Wick is indestructible, which is cool, but at the same time, how exciting is it to see him sustain wounds that would kill a person when you know he's just going to get up and dust it off? Hunt is improbably efficient, but he's not invincible. When he gets hurt, he feels it, and that is where dramatic weight comes from. And let's talk about the stakes of the world outside of our primary characters. Ethan Hunt and the IMF are an elite black ops team that's responsible for protecting the world from international terrorists. If Ethan fails a mission, the whole world has consequences. John Wick is mad because some Russian gangsters killed his dog. If any of these people take him out, life goes on for everybody outside of the franchise. The only person who has any stakes invested in this is John Wick. Damn! And in his universe, whether or not he dies, which we've already established he doesn't, he's a personality vacuum. The scene where he breaks down after his dog gets killed in the first movie is actually hilarious. He knew it. The filmmakers knew it. So after that, all he gets to be is this icy dude with a couple of decent one-liners, but his delivery is wooden, which matches Keanu's skill set as an actor. So all we're left with is the stunts. And despite how impressive the gun fu is, and it really is, his choreography is great, the spectacle is simply not on the level of Mission Impossible. I yield my time.
Oh, wow. With 10 seconds to spare. Whoo, you came out that gate really, really hot. Tristian, now is your chance to respond to everything that he just said. You have the same 2 minutes as Jeremy, and your 2 minutes starts now.
Look, Ethan Hunt is cool. He's a cool protagonist, but him as a lead character, as this cool action hero, that's not what keeps the franchise alive. The second movie almost killed the entire thing. He has an entire group. He has an entire group of usually 3 to 6 people. John Wick doesn't need that. John Wick every now and again has the Bowery King, or he has the Continental, but even the Bowery King just gave him 1 gun with 7 bullets. I mean, you talk about John Wick can just survive everything. He doesn't have any threats. No, we see the threats in the third movie. We know John Wick is good at a few things. He's good at judo, any form of grappling, and weapons-based combat. He sucks as a striker. He is a horrible striker. That's why the only person that I'm afraid of in the Mission Impossible world is the dude he fights in the bathroom. John Wick goes toe-to-toe with guys doing wushu, bushido, penchak salat, and he survives every single one of them. I'm not even going to talk about what would happen if John Wick had to fight Ethan Hunt. It would seriously be like putting a Power Ranger against a Teletubby. One makes a Megazord, the other makes custard. Sure, Ethan Hunt is like a hero who saved the world from terrorists. Everything he does is a life or death situation for the fate of the world. But you know who also saved the world? Austin Powers.
Yeah, baby.
Like, seriously, like, the only difference there is when I laugh at Austin Powers, it's because it's funny, not because when he runs, he looks stupid. Like, as in the immortal words of Austin Powers, Ethan Hunt is not my bag. John Wick is the superior character.
Oh, wow. With 25 seconds to
really
spare. Wow. Oh, Jeremy, he hit you with a couple of things, man. Oh, man, wow, that was such an exhilarating third round. Okay, guys, before we jump into the fourth round, this is the round where I like to plug our channel. So please, guys, like, comment, and subscribe to Momentum Media, where you'll get this show every Friday for season 1 during this time. Also, go over to Movies Are Terrible and subscribe to his channel as well, where they do a lot of great content before live streams, terrible movie trivia, and a lot of other great things as well. And also go visit Martial Arts Film Freak over at Tristan's channel as well, where he reviews a lot of martial arts films and films of pop culture as well. I like to take that time to plug our channel so that way you get familiar with all of us in this community. Now we're going to jump into the last and final round, which this is the conclusion round. Now in this round, both competitors can continue attacking, or they can just wrap things up and put a very fine pin in it. Now, last round, we started with Jeremy with the battle round. This round, we're going to start with Tristian. Now, Tristian, you came out hot in the third round. You made some really great points. But now is your time to either wrap it up or continue attacking. Your 2 minutes starts now.
Now, look, you said that like Mission Impossible has longevity. I'm trying not to talk about the films or the franchise as much as I want to talk about the character. But you said like Mission Impossible is what other franchises try to keep up with. John Wick doesn't give a damn about that. John Wick came out of nowhere in 2014. And after that, the entire industry said, oh, this is what's good. This is what people want. This is what people will pay to see. Show me the money if you want to talk about Tom Cruise.
Hey!
And you talk about the acting. I like, again, I'm trying to keep it to the character, not just the actor. But you want to talk about, not so great acting, but the action's cool. That's like the basis of incredible martial arts movies. You got people like even Jackie Chan's not the best actor. Bruce Lee's not the best actor. Scott Adkins is the modern king of action cinema. The Undisputed films, the Ninja films, Accident Man, Avengement, films you probably haven't seen, but I guarantee you are golden A+ films. Scott Adkins is not an incredible actor, but every feat of strength and martial arts acrobatics is freaking brilliant. I wanted to say the F word, but I don't know if I can.
You can.
John Wick first graced our screens in 2014. 6 years ago, we watched a heartbroken man receive one last posthumous gift from his wife. And when that gift was taken away from him, the world collectively looked at the screen and told John Wick to go to work. And incredible hand-to-hand battles, incredible gunfights. Like I said earlier, against Wushu, Bushido, Penchak Salat in the third movie, every time came out on top and looked incredible. In Chapter 3, Mark Dacascos' character, Zero, as well as his disciples, are John Wick fans. They revel in the opportunity to fight John Wick. No one cares about Ethan Hunt. You know who cares about Ethan Hunt? That one bad guy in the last movie who just wouldn't go away.
Henry Cavill.
He is a man who started from nothing and out of pure physical ability and reputation has carved the most incredible reputation in a world where everyone is already a deadly assassin. All of those deadly assassins fear and respect John Wick. Yield my time.
Oh, wow. With 2 seconds to spare. Wow, you made some very, very eloquently points that I tend to agree with. Jeremy, now's your chance to either respond or wrap things up. Your 2 minutes for this round starts now.
Tristan, I'm glad you brought that up. You really did bring it back to the character. And I think in closing, I'd just like to reiterate that we are discussing the best character, not the best franchise, because I think we already know which one wins that. Characters are defined by the writing, the actor, the performance. And Ethan Hunt is a better developed character. The writing allows him to have a much richer and more complex backstory. I already talked about, we know his friends, his colleagues, his education, getting into the Army and then the IMF. We know his entire legacy delivered organically throughout many films, not just an exposition dump. The writing allows him to, I just said that. He's a better actor, which means the performance itself is better. So we're talking about the writing, the actor. And when I talk about the performance, obviously we're talking about what we see on screen, but there's obviously the dedication and the love of the craft, which obviously Keanu Reeves has in spades as well, but he's not willing to put himself on the line for John Wick in the same way that Tom Cruise is willing to put himself on the line for this project and this franchise that he believes in as Ethan Hunt. Ethan Hunt has single-handedly carried this franchise. It goes back for 50 years. That means you could show it to your parents or your kids. And I just don't know that John Wick is it's definitely the flavor of the month. People are definitely on fire about it right now. If you went away for 4 years in between John Wick sequels, would people still be interested? It's hard to say. Every single Mission Impossible movie, 4 to 5 years in between them. Tom Cruise is a superstar, and he imbues Hunt with the characteristics that we love about Tom Cruise. He's charming and witty and relatable. John Wick is Death Wish with karate. If the question is which one has got the better hand-to-hand combat, I don't think anybody's arguing. John Wick wins that. But let's look at it another way. And I know you guys are going to love this. John Wick is another angry, middle-aged white dude who gets revenge. This is a trope that's gone on and on since the beginning of cinema.
That's your time.
How dare you compare John Wick to the garbage that is Taken?
I actually like the Liam Neeson films.
The first one's good.
fine.
The first one's good.
First one.
I like the third one. Second one, not so much. But yeah, you know, you guys brought up some really good points, guys. This was an amazing match. I've actually learned a lot listening to you guys. Seriously, because I was writing some things down where I was just like, wow, I never really saw John Wick this way or Mission Impossible or Ethan Hunt this way as well. Because when I look at Ethan Hunt, like Jeremy articulated, he's the global hero. John Wick is the badass who can't die. Like you put a bullet through him, he's gonna get back up. But now we're gonna get into deliberations. And before we get there, I want to say thank you, my competitors, for being on the show, taking the time out. I really do enjoy you guys being here. This is how we create great communities like this. Now, in the first round, both competitors introduced their characters. Jeremy brought up why Ethan Hunt was such a good character. Also, how the lineage of Ethan Hunt has been betrayed throughout the years. In the first round, I felt like you definitely articulated Ethan Hunt well to who he is, why he does what he does, and why he's part of the IMF. And also, Ethan Hunt's not serving himself, he's serving the world. That's what I kind of got from the beginning stages of the introduction. Tristian, however, brought up the true origin of John Wick, how he started, how it ended, and how he got back into the game. And this match was about the better character, not so much of the movie. I will say in this round, I have to give it to Jeremy, though, because Jeremy did do a good job articulating that character for who that character is. You did the same as well, but Jeremy laid it out plainly about who Ethan Hunt is and how he serves our world. But the second round, got to get into the second round. Now, second round, Jeremy came out hot. All I see in my notes right now, hot. He's right. He's not wrong. Like he came out very hot in that second round, and he did a really good job articulating the fact that it's not just that the Mission Impossible movies are great and are better franchise, but the character does supersede that franchise to a degree. If you do take out Ethan Hunt, I don't foresee me watching Mission Impossible at all. But John Wick, you put out a really good articulation of why John Wick is such a badass. Yes, we can say that it is a typical story that he lost his wife, dog got murdered, went back into tearing down the organization. But the way you articulated it, where the organization is what it is because of John Wick. He built it up, he tore it down. He built it up and killed everyone that was involved, and he only used himself with limited resources. I love the fact that you brought up that he only had 7 bullets in one of those movies. So for the second round, I have to give it to Tristian because he brought up the fact that that John Wick didn't need a team. Ethan Hunt needs a team in a sense. He can't do it by himself, but Ethan Hunt and John Wick, they have the same, I believe they have the same goals, but different ideals in a sense. Third round, Tristian, I have to say, and this is not even attacking you, but Jeremy killed you in that third round. Like
I think I got some hits in with that Austin Powers bit.
You did. I was going to address that too. That Austin Powers thing was very true. Like, yes, Austin Powers has saved the world. So have the Power Rangers though too. So
there
like
was
that.
Another really good one. We'll have to see him play back, but he hit me good twice in that round.
Yeah, we'll definitely hit the instant replay. But Jeremy, he killed you in that third round. I was like, oh my God, like blew me away. Now in the fourth round, you guys both did a good job in articulating your final statements and especially going at each other. However, I do feel like as I look at my notes, Tristian did a better job in basically rounding out and wrapping up that round with taking out a few jabs here. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. It's tied. Like, Jeremy won 2 rounds. Tristian won 2 rounds. But I have to make the final decision. And in that final decision, I have to say, before the timer runs out, that after looking at both competitors and what they have presented to me, we were arguing the best character, not best movie, not best franchise. And both competitors did really well. And I know Tristian is pointing to himself, and I really do apologize. He won this match.
Woo! That was not an easy win. I'll tell you.
He left the movies away and he started talking about a show that's 50 years old that no one's ever seen.
But yes, our new winner will be Jeremy from Movies Are Terrible. He did an amazing job articulating Ethan Hunt as a character. I will say Jeremy definitely made a major comeback from the last match. Jeremy is amazing at what he does. But, you know, we'll definitely have him back on the show, and we'll definitely have Tristian back on the show as well. But before we sign off, Jeremy, where can we find you on social media?
Dude, all I know before I get to that is, Tristian, you were fantastic. I love the way that you laid out the first round. I liked the bio approach. You sold me on why John Wick's a badass character. So I think at the end of the day, it's a win for everybody. Thank you very much for coming and competing. If you guys want to check out Movies Are Terrible on YouTube, there's a lot of content over there that Alex had mentioned a little bit ago. Check out Terrible Movie Trivia. I've got a bunch of Halloween-themed episodes. The one that I'm recording later today that will be available next week is the Ghosts episode. So make sure that you are subscribed so that you can stay up to date with all of the terrible content.
Awesome. And Tristian, where can we find you on YouTube and social media as well?
All right. Thank you, Jeremy. Thank you for the compliments.
Yeah,
my first round's not my proudest, but I felt really good towards the end there.
You did really good.
You did really good.
I am on just about every social media. There is a Facebook page for Martial Arts Film Freak. Over there, I don't post my own stuff, but I post pictures and videos from the world of martial arts cinema, dating back from, you know, how long to now. Mm-hmm. Martial Arts Film Freak on Instagram, Twitter. I am Tristan_Glover. And then, of course, on YouTube, Martial Arts Film Freak, youtube.com/Martial Arts Film Freak, where I do movie reviews, trailer reactions, watch-alongs to, like, short films. You wouldn't believe it probably, but there's a whole bunch of, like, stunt people and whatnot who aren't professionals, and they make cool short films on the internet. And I'll go ahead and watch them and show them to you. I also do a series called Kung Fu Essential. I've only got 2 so far, but that is where I pick 5 Kung Fu movies to get acclimated to a specific actor and the Kung Fu genre as a whole. So far, I've only done Jackie Chan and Donnie Yen, but more coming soon.
Awesome. A really great original content coming from these guys. I follow both of these guys, and they do a really great job putting out content. Now, if you guys are watching this came out this Friday. Now, I have a special episode of Real Debates coming out on Halloween, where we're going to take 2 Halloween movies that don't have Halloween in the title, and they're going to be showcased on Real Debates. I won't tell you what the movies are, but I can go ahead and tell you the competitors. It's going to be Jeremy versus Caleb. And Caleb, if you know Jeremy collabs with Caleb a lot on his channel. Movies Are Terrible, and they did a show called Out of Context Anime. But I'm gonna pass it to Jeremy so he can explain what this match will be like.
So yeah, it's going to be the typical format of Real Debates, and this episode is going to focus on the best movie to watch on Halloween that doesn't have Halloween in the title. I picked something, you know, relatively new, relevant, cool stuff, something people like. I picked Trick or Treat. Caleb decided to pick Abbott and Costello Meet the Wolfman, so I've got some homework to do. I don't know that I've ever seen that movie, but we'll see how it goes with the SEO. You know what I mean? Let's watch a 70-year-old black and white movie. Whatever.
And yes, and I'm going to have Ian host this match. I'm going to have him host this match and monologue while I watch, and just I want to watch and learn from this, because I'm not really a horror guy, but I'm a movie fan. So if it's really good, I'm gonna watch it regardless if it's horror or not. So I'm definitely can't wait for that match. So tune in literally this upcoming Halloween to watch that match. I hope you guys enjoy. It will come out 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to thank my competitors again for being on the show. You guys were amazing. Oh wow.
I was trying to give you a good Halloween movie. It's Spooky Encounters of the Third Kind. It's kung fu and horror. It's great.
Oh, okay. What's it called?
Spooky Encounters.
Spooky Encounters. Oh, okay. I'm definitely gonna look that up as well once we sign off. But yeah, you definitely want to tune in for that match. That match is going to be freaking amazing. I can't wait to start recording and get into the wheelhouse of that. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe. And as always, you guys, you have a blessed day.